as we plan in the metering area, what is the concept of the metering area? Those who are managing the meters, okay, and the readings and reading. So they are the responsible for the meters and the reading only. Okay. So meter means
Mhm.
we already discussed the how to create a meter. Okay, how to still we have not done the hands-ons, but as a theoretically we discuss on how to create the meter. Okay, so we will create one meter with some information of the meter type. Then we do the configuration. In the configuration, we also have the configuration type. Okay, so based upon the configuration type, that meter can be like a smart meter and non-smart meter, we can say, and that can be also done as a when you are saying smart meter, so we can use the TUU type and non-TUU type. Okay, so TUU type means time of use, like you want to capture the more readings. Okay, more readings like in the weekdays or weekly and the morning, afternoon. So it have some multiple register. If you have only single register, so generally it is used for domestic purpose. Okay, that having single register, that is a non-TU type, and that also can be have on a prepaid and postpaid. So based upon the pricing, based upon the pricing, we have the postpaid and prepaid meter, and based upon the use we have the TUU and non-TUU, and based upon the configuration and the specification and feature we have the AMR meter and non-AMR meter. And basically meter is four types: single phase, three phase, CT meter yani current transformer, and CTVT. Okay, that is kind of special meter which having the more on a power and more on a resistance load, you can say. So whenever your meter is created, configuration, initial read is done, and meter is installed, now we have to do the operation. Okay, now we have to do the operation, and how the operation done? The operation is done for the reading purpose. Okay, so we need the reading. Okay, we need the reading. This reading source can be multiple. It can be get from the customer also. It can be get through the call center also. It can be get from the WhatsApp, SMR, and WhatsApp also, and we can get from vendor also. We can get from the like meter reader also. So these are the sources from where you can receive the read, and having the different types. So this is called the like an bulk read and batch read. Okay, but sometime if you are customer coming and he bring the picture, so you can pause the read. That is called SMR, means self meter reading. SMR means self meter reading, means when you are directly receiving customer, that is called self meter reading. So these are the, so we have the two types of it. One, we have the category ad hoc basis. Okay, or on a ad hoc basis, some with some different sources getting, and one we are getting the bulk. Okay, one we are getting the bulk of an bulk reading. Okay, so there is a two process. One, and before we start the reading, we have one process that is called the meter download process. Meter download process, whatever you are extracting from CCNB, whatever you are extracting from CCNB, whatever information you are extracting from CCNB, that is called the download process. And whatever you are inputting or uploading in CCNB, that is called the upload process. So what is the download process? Very important functionality. So once the cycle is start, let's say I'm in the October month and I want to start my cycle. So what I will do, I will give the target to the meter reader. Okay, I will give the target to the meter reader. This is the 50,000 account. You have to bring the read in the first week. This is the another 50,000 account. You have to bring in the read in the second week or third week or 4 week, or maybe within 10 days. Within 10 days. So you, so based upon your service cycle, here concept comes the service cycle. You have the service cycle. So you will create the service cycle. It can be one, it can be two, it can be four also. So one means for the full customer, you have only one service cycle. All customer will be come under the one cycle, which is very typical example. Nobody follow this practice. This is not a good practice. So you have the another option, either two, yani 15 days, and you will follow that on a 50% customer, and another 15 days you will follow the another 50% customer. That is also kind of risky. So we generally do the practice of four other service cycle. Four service cycle means 25% customer in first week, 25% customer in second week, 25% customer in third week, 25% customer in the fourth week. So let's say I have the 4 cycle. So first cycle, so the day one means 1st of October, I will do the download process. Means I will extract the all customer information which belongs to cycle one, service cycle one, and those who are targeting for the first week of meter reading. So and then in the next week, let's say if you see the next week, let's say first of, and then you are targeting the second of October, then 9 of October. So 9 of October, you will again do the download process. So what happen? You will run the batches and related to those customer coming under the cycle two, service cycle 2, you will extract the information. Okay. Then you will provide this information in the form of XML, in the form of DAT, in the form of Excel file. Okay. That depend upon your customization, how you want to produce the file. That file will be given to meter reader, and what the meter reader do, that meter reader will upload that file in their HHU system, any handle device, any you will see some palm device, like if you go in the shopping mall, you find some barcode reader type, so some kind of mobile device is having with meter reader. So what happens before going to the field, what meter reader do, it will it will upload that information in the HHU device, whatever you are extracting from CC&B. So what you extract from CC&B, you will extract the account number, you will extract the meter number, you will extract the customer mobile number, customer premise information. So there is some certain format is there. Okay, what is the and the what was the last reading date, what was the last reading, what was the last reading type. So you whatever information, basic information you required, you will extract from CC&B. That will be given to the meter reader. Meter reader will have their own system. They will upload in their HHU device, and then they will go to the market. Then they will go to the property, and they will scan. As soon as they will scan the meter, previous information will be come in the screen. Okay, they have the window screen like on a desktop, or the software is there. So on the screen, their full detail will come. Okay, only they need to enter the reading, save the record, and go to the next meter, scan, full detail will come, enter the read, and save the record. So like that only they will get the previous information, customer name, customer name, account number, badge number, last reading detail, address, phone number. This all information, basic information you will provide. And what is the target? To receive the current date, reading, and reading type. These three information you are expecting further from the meter reader. Okay, so if you see here, so we have this batches. So for meter download process means information extracting from system. You have that first is the batch, MSR badge. So this MSR badge, when you submit in CC&B MSR badge, it will create the MR schedule route. So what is the MR schedule route? Means on service point, whenever you submit the batch, you will pass the parameter. So you will pass the parameter service cycle 1. So what it will do, whatever account is related with the service cycle 1, it will extract the information. It will choose the information. Okay, it will choose the information who is related with service cycle 1. Okay, and you will give the date from 1st to 7. Okay, whatever you have the window cycle, you will give the first to, you will pass the parameter. Based upon the parameter, it will select the account. So it will select the account. This is the first step. Second step, whenever you run the after completing the first, you need to run the second batch, which is the MDS. What it do MDS? It will create the download staging. Means whatever data selection was there, it will create one in the staging table. Record will be created in the staging table. Whatever that service point, meter configuration, current read, and a current read type, all information it will extracted in the staging table. After staging table, you have the MDL batch. This MDL batch is the base batch. You can customize also. Okay, sometimes business do the customization because they want to get in the Excel format, they want to get in the DAT format, they want to get in the XML format. So whatever format is required, by default it create in the dat format. Okay, so see, Oracle provide in the DAT format, that format, or a flat file. Okay, so this you can customize, and this file will be created on the server. Okay, once the file will be created on server, you will extract that file and you will give to the service provider. Okay, meter reader, and then meter reader will take the file, he will upload in their system, then they will upload in the HHU. Okay, they will upload in the HHU. So this is the three batches is there, very important, and MSR, MDS, or MDL. With this process you can extract the data. This batches you can run on the weekly basis, you can run, or you can run on the daily basis also. Suppose today I want to go in the market, the morning I extracted the information and then I uploaded in my HHU, go in the market. Okay, then I will give the target 2 days or 3 days. Then generally it is not run on the daily basis, you can run on the weekly basis, or on a, how many you have. Suppose you have the service cycle one, you run once in a more, once starting the cycle. Okay, if you have the two, you run in the first and 15th. Okay, if you have the three, run on the first and then 10th, and then like mid something. So how many service cycle you have, that many times you have to run these batches to extract the file and provide to the meter reader. So these are the three batches you can go through. Then we have the important, very important, and in operation it is used, upload meter reading. Now the meter reader, what it will go? It will go in the premise or property or site. He will bring the read. So let's say I given the 5,000 target to the meter reader. Okay, for 1 day or 2 days. So I given the 5,000. Out of 5,000, he bring the 4,000. So what is the next time, next job, to upload that read in CC&B. So what it will do, that service provider will give you the file. Okay, that service provider, he will give you the Excel file or XML file. Okay, whatever the system is there, generally advanced meter give you the file in the XML format. So whatever file you receive, Excel or XML, then if you receive in the XML format, that is the excellent. Okay, you can put on the server, and the read will be go in the staging, and from staging you need to run some batches, it will go in the CC&B. So that is the batches called MUP1 and MUP2. These two batches you will run. So this X process means you are getting the file, you putting on the server. Okay, that is called the X process. And after when you run the MUP1, that read will store in the, that read will become in the staging, and from staging these two batches will move the read from staging to the meter read, and meter read and the meter reg read. Okay, reg read. So this is the two table where read will be populated. So what I will do, I will receive the file from meter reader, I will put on the server. From server it will be linked to the staging table. Once you are populated in the staging table, that is the populate upload staging. So this is the my basic table where read will be populated. When you run the MUP1, what is the MUP1 do? It populate the meter reading. It populate the meter configuration. Means from staging table, read will immediately not go in the master table. It will first create one connection. Okay, what is the connection, or do some validation whether this meter number is exist or not exist. So it trying to establish one connection. It will populate the meter configuration. If that batch number is found, it will create the meter configuration. And then when you run the batch number 2, MUP2, it will populate the read in the two table. One is the meter read table, and some of the part in the reg table. So your read is stored in the two table. Your read is stored in the two table. If you see in the back end, so you will find the two table. One is the CI reg table. You will find that, and if you wanna see that one, so whenever you this is the meter upload process. Okay, upload process means whatever read you will move, it will go in the upload process in the staging table. Okay, it will go in the staging upload staging table, and then some of the partial information will be stored in the CIRR stage up. Okay, it will store in the CIRR stage up. So whenever that partially it will store in the stage of table, and it will store in that let me explore this one, expand that one. So if you see the upload process means whatever read you put on the server, it will go in the stage up table, okay, and some of the part it will go to the RR table, okay. This is the two main table. This is the two main table where this read will go, and then map on. So let's say if any record go in the error, so initial stage it will be the pending. Initial stage it will be the pending. When you run the map on map 2, either it will be completed or either it will go in the error. So whatever error will go, it will create the exception. It will create the exception record, okay. It will create the exception record, and for this exception you need to run one batch, and what is the batch call, to do mrupl, okay. This is the batch call. So let me share this in a query to you all, okay. This you can keep as a metering process, okay. So you can prepare that in a soft copy for this one. To next our two classes will be based upon this query only, okay. So this query I am sharing you one. This is my I think, let me put this also, let me put this also. So we have the two part. One part is called, if you see here, I have the two part. One part is the configuration part, okay. One part is the configuration part, and one part is the process part. In process part, how to add the read, how to do the download process, and how to do the upload process, and during the upload process how to handle the exceptions, this I have shared you the all query, okay. I have shared you the all query. You can prepare, you can keep it with you on this one as a soft copy, okay. You can keep it as a soft copy. So next thing, whatever your record go in the error, for that error we need to create the exception. So first process will be the X process. So see, whenever you put the file on the server, whenever you put the file in the server, it go in that upload mr upload table, okay. And mr upload table will have the further three table. Some of the part will go in the characteristics, some of the part will go in the upload, and some of the part go in the register read. So this is the master table CIMR stage up. So these are the value you will be uploaded, it will be stored. Then you will be find an RR table. In RR table, reading details are stored, okay. Reading details are stored. Then whatever remark you are uploading, it will be go in the MR CIMR stage up record. Then, and whatever characteristics you are storing, it will be go in the upload characteristics. So there are basically four table. One is the master table, second is the sub table, and side table, okay. Side table means, if you go in that meter upload staging, if you go to that meter upload staging, I will say as a add plus, okay, so that you will see blank. So this is the staging screen. In staging screen, I will pass the badge number, I will pass the read, I will pass the source, and I will pass that some of the characteristics value, some of the additional value, and this is the another line read detail, okay. So this is the master table, this is the read table, and this is the remark. You can pass the remark also, and you can pass some of the characteristics also, okay. Any characteristics you can pass. So this is the four table you required for upload staging: master table, sub table, side table 1, side table 2, okay. So I say as a side. So this is the side 1, side 2, this is the main, and main will have the two table. One is the sub table, okay. That will be the sub table I am explaining here, okay. I am explaining here. So once the read is so here you will find the status as a, pending, okay. So you will find the status here and pending. See, so whenever record you are uploading, it will be the pending status. When you run the mop1, it will populate the configuration value. Because we are not passing the configuration. System will populate here whenever your meter number is found, okay. Whenever meter number is found, it will populate. And then when you run the mop2, it will be go in the completed, and read will be posted in your two table, that is called the This is the two table. One is called the CI-MR table, and one is called the Registry table, CI Registry table. Okay, so this table will be in the staging. It will be here. Okay, some of the part will be 1 and 2. So some of the part will be here and here. Okay, but lastly it will be when you run the mop1 mop2, the read will go to the MR table and it will go to the CI registry table. So whenever you upload any read, final read store in CC&B in the two table, some of the part in the CI MR table and some of the part in the registry table. When you link these two table, you can get the full detail of the reading. You can get the full detail of the reading. If you link the staging table and RR table, you can get the full information of the staging. And similarly, when you link these two table, you can get the read detail fully. Okay, if any record go in the error, it will store in the exception table, and from exception table, when you run this batch, it will create the to it will create the to do. So from exceptions, you need to create the to do, and this to do will be linked to the this will be linked to the role, and role will be linked to the group, and group will be linked to the user. Okay, the user having the group having the role, and role having the to do type. Okay, so like that only it will work in that. And you can have that query also to write one nice report. What is the to do created, what is the message, for which batch number, and what was the date. You can expand this query with adding more table also. This is the basic tables, and basic report you can extract and give it to the user. Okay, so this way we can say here this done. Okay, next we have the important concept of the, so you need to understand what is the mop1 do and what is the mop2 do. Very important question in exam also, and in the interview also, this question asks what is the upload process. You can say through the X process, whenever we receive file either in the format, that format, or Excel format, we put this file on the server, and the system sync the file in the staging table. That is called the meter read upload staging table. So meter read upload staging table don't have the full data. It has another table, that is the RR table. Table and characteristic table. In this four table, your file will be split and stored. Okay. After that, we run the mop1 batch. It populates the configuration. It creates one create a connection or validation. It populates the configuration. Once the configuration is created, that means it will be next batch will split that read in the two table, RR table and MR table. Okay, CI MR table and CI RR table. Okay, so you can see here, you will find these two tables, CI MR table. You will find the CI M table and CI registry table. Okay, so in CC&B we are maintaining read. So, and in case if any record go in the error, so what is the status of the staging table? Pending, error, and completed. So whatever record go in the error, it will be record in the exception table. You have to remember this table name, CIMR stage up exceptions. It will create the exceptions, and to convert the exception in the to do, we run the batch of to do meter read upload exception batch, which is called to do MRUPL, which is the base batch. Okay, so when you run this batch, it will create the to do, and through this query, what I am doing, I am taking the to do table. This is the to do table, CI to do entry. So this table, and I am linking some extra table. You can the to do type is MRUPL, because to do in CC&B we have many. For the read upload, to do MRUPL. For billing we have the another, for payment we have the another, and for CRM we have the another. So we have to choose the to do type also. So when you say the to do type, so from the to do table, it will choose the to do type, and it will give you one nice report. You can develop what is the badge number, what is that reading date. So you can extract this information. Currently it is one data only, but if you upload the 10,000 read or 15,000 read or 50,000 read, might you will get the 50 record error, 100 record error, because of some as I told you, maybe meter is not exist and you have uploaded the read. So that kind of exceptions comes. Okay, so that kind of exception can be also seen in the system. So you will find that an exception time from the staging. So if you run this exception table, this one, you will find an I have only one because in testing I have created. So you can see here number of register read not match means you are trying to upload the multiple register read in for the meter which having the single register. Okay, so that kind of an error come and it will be after running the batch. You can see this to do is converted in the to do for that same thing. Okay, so that to do is created. Okay, next thing if you see here, so MUP1, MUP2 concept is clear. Next be the purging. Okay, purging means purging Saeed, let's say I am each month I am on a 500,000 or 1 million I am uploading the read as per my customer. Okay, let's say one month finish, 1 million record you have, then second month 2 million, then third month 4 million. So by the end of the year you have, let's say 10 million or 12 million record. Like that only 1 year completed, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, let's say 5 year completed. Okay, so that kind of read is that historical very old read is not required. Okay, so you have the two option: either you can do the archiving is little costly because you have to create one more application and where you can extract the data and you can store as a historical. But benefit is there, you can refer anytime. Okay, you can refer anytime, which will be not load on the master table. It will be that will be like you will pass some date. Okay, whatever read is before 2000 or let's say 2010 or let's say 2020 2022. Okay, so let's say 2020 cutoff date, whatever read is there, you can you can remove from the master table and it will store in the archiving. So you are doing the archiving, so the read will be stored there and one link will be created and you can refer anytime. That is called the archiving concept. What is the benefit of archiving? You can refer read anytime. Okay, but but if you don't want the read, so you can do the purging. So when you do the purging, so from staging whatever your old there, that will be cleaned up. So I think staging table is always temporary table. So we cannot trust on the like staging table. So we can keep on cleaning the staging table. There is no harm because you are already stored in the master table. So in the staging table, it is not an harm to purging. Okay, so you can purging from the staging table. So never develop any report on the staging table because staging table anytime it can be cleaned up. It can be delete also because of the IT and because of the user, because of any kind of that read can be deleted because that read is staging table which is not connected to other tables. Okay, so that can be easily deleted. But the once the read is posted in CC&B, it go in the many table, it will go in the billing, it will go in the exception. Very difficult to delete the read. You have to delete step by steps. You have to delete many tables. You have to, even the bill is created, so you need to delete the all billing tables also. If okay, so from master table deleting is not easy, but from staging table it is the independent you can delete. So you have the option, you can do the purging instead of running the delete query. You can run the batch purging and you can clean that table. So that practice you can do. Next thing is trying to explain you the meter read upload staging. What is the main, I already explained. What is the remark? I already explained. What is the characteristic? Already explained. What is the meter read exception? Exceptions means whatever error comes. Exceptions means whatever your error comes, that is called the exception, and that is stored in the when you run this batch to do MRUPL, it will be create a to do. Okay, that is called the exception. In the layman term, we say as a exception, but technical term CC&B is called the to do. Okay, then to do can be also created based upon the high low also. So whenever you are uploading the read, when you are uploading the read, you have that high low check also. Okay, high low check means it is a configurable high low. If you see here uh, high low high low. Okay, high high low. Okay, so high low factor is an you can see here. So this is the for any read for any service. This is the service: electricity, gas, water. You have that on a read type, and you have that factor. If any read is coming less than 70%, it will be validated and it will be not uploaded. It will create that to do. If any read is coming on a 1.4, last month was 1,000. Now you are getting more than 1.4, let's say 1,400. So let's say 1,000 now 1.4 times. So if you are coming more than 1.4 times, it will be doubtful, suspicious read. It will create that to do, and you have to clean that to. You have to complete that to do whether this read is valid or not valid. Then then that read will be go in the master table. So you have the quality of read. You always prefer to upload the quality of read, so you can implement this high low factor also in the system, and you can provide the low factor. The read should not be less than 70%, and read should not be more than 1.4 times. So this value you can do the configuration. Very important concept. So when you are saying for my let's share electricity. I have electricity and with electricity regular read. So for any electricity regular read, it should not be less than 70% and more than 1.4 times. Okay, 1.4 times. This is the zero point 0.7% less. So this is the lower limit. This is the higher limit. So whenever you are receiving the read, this read should be compared to the previous read. It should come in this invalid region. So what happen if your uh, read is not coming in that read high low, so it will be go in the error and to do will be created if this read is not acceptable, which is crossing the high low check. Okay, high low check. If you are not implementing, you give the big bracket, and you don't check this one. Okay, you don't check this one. So when you are uploading the read, you have the high low value also passing. So you will find in the check read. So that time MUP1 MUP2 will validate. If this button is not checked, so that means you are not using the functionality, that whatever read will come, it will be uploaded, and that will be in the billing. You have the more validation there, it will be stopped. Okay, it will be load on the billing team. Okay, so you have to divide the load in the metering also. You have to divide the load on the billing also. Otherwise, billing team will shout you why I'm getting more options. Okay, that means you are checking the read quality. So that kind of to avoid this one, you have to implement that. You have to pass the high-low check also, so that your read will be more validated as per that configuration. And that configuration you can change as per the requirement, 60/40 or 70/30, like that only. Okay. So hope it is understand and clear. Clear. Okay. Hope it is understand clear. Okay. So yes, sir. Any question, Said here? Said, any question here?
Yes, I'm saying it's okay.
Hello.
I
Yes.
know the concept. I'm listening to you.
Okay. Great. Great. Great.
Yeah.
Great. That's fine. Okay. So in between, so that my voice is going and we are on
No,
the
no,
same.
I'm okay. I'm
Then you
listening,
have
listening
that
to you.
okay. Super. Super. Okay. You have low. For it is switch. You will find that switch you will find. Let me show you. So whenever you upload any read, whenever you meter read add. Okay, so whenever you upload any upload or add any read, by default this is this use on switch, use on bill will be always check. Okay, it will be always check. So whenever you are uploading any read, it is eligible for billing. Whenever adding any read, it is eligible for billing. But what happened, by mistake you have uploaded any read and you don't want to bill that read, you can from the back end or from you can uncheck that read. So what will happen, for historical purpose this read will be there, but it will be not used for the billing. Okay, it will be not used for the billing. So if you find any read is there and it is not, I am not able to build that read, you can come to that read page and you can see whether this uncheck certain user uncheck that one. and it try to do the billing. Okay, so you have to see here whether that huge that read is eligible for billing or not. If you want to eligible, by default it is eligible. Okay, but by any chance you want to don't want to use that billing purpose, you can uncheck that one. Okay, you can uncheck that read. You can uncheck that read. So that is called the set the use on flash. Multiple register on priority. Okay, then once your read is in the processing mop 1 mop 2, it go if any exception got fail, it will create the to do. So whenever a high low validation fail, it create the to do. You can read that one and you can review the high low. That means you can change the configuration. Okay, you can change the configuration to 50 or 60-40 or 70-30. Okay, 20-80, 20 also you can do. Okay, so that is up to the best practice and up to the uh, so now as we can see here like usage management means usage management means here they are trying to tell you ki suppose by meter is like TUU meter. Okay, time of use. Okay, so so for that time of use, when you are using the time of use, so that will have the multiple register, more than one. Okay, so if you are if you are storing the total like one extra read in a weekend and weekdays. Okay, like that only, it can have more than one another register, and it will be more than one register, and that read can be stored. So that one will be the total, where you are storing the total, that is called the index read. Okay, so their concept come, there comes the index read. Okay, and whatever you are an additional read you are storing, that is called the interval read. So here concept comes the what do you mean by index read, and what do you mean by what do you mean by the index read, and what do you mean by the interval read? Okay, interval read means you are sub reads. Okay, you store in the morning, you store in the evening, you store in the weekday, you store in the weekly. So that kind of read and will be the interval read, will be some of the index read. Okay, interval read will be some of the index read. Sometime little variation come. Okay, sometime little variation come. What is the variation? Let's say I have that uh, I, I I try to snapshot today. Okay, I taken the snapshot today. In today, what happened? My some of the read got captured and some of the read is not captured. The next day again I do, so some of the read is missed out. Some of the read, let's say register one like morning read I capture, evening I couldn't capture. Whatever some will be little difference will be happen. So next time, so ultimately what happens? Your index read should be some of the interval read. Okay, that is the ideal practitioner. But there is some kind of 5%, 10% variation can be accepted, and there is no use. Okay, there is no problem for that and accept. Yeah. Okay. So then what we were discussing that the TU meter concept is that only you are storing, you have the more on a register, and you are capturing the more read. So that concept come the what is the index reading and what is the interval reading. Index reading is called the total reading, and the interval reading is whatever you have some sub register. Okay, you have that 1+1+1, 1+2, 1+4, 1+6. Okay, the first will be your index reading, and that whatever extra you are time of use, whatever time you are following, that can be the interval read, and that billing will be done based upon your interval read. Okay, billing will be done based upon the interval read, because you want to charge the customer on the weekdays different price, weekend different price, morning different price, evening different price. So your calculation will be based upon the register 1, register 2, register 3, register 4, register 5, and first will be register 0. That will be only purpose of validation purpose, that individual is coming the sum of the index reading. If there is too much variation, it will create the exception ki why your interval reading is not matching with the index reading. Okay, so that kind of exception can be captured to monitor that correct billing it should not go to the wrong billing. Then we have that as we talk about the in the meeting area that is field activity is there, and field activity, whenever you create the field activity, it will link to the service and service order. Okay, that will be the field order, that is called the field order. The service order means field order, and field order will have the field activity. You can see one life cycle of a field order. So this is the field order which having the two events, means it's for field activity. Field activities 2 is there. Okay, field activity 2 is there. You have that event, and this is the event, and you have the start or stop SA preprocessor dispatch. Okay, and field order upload. Okay, so this is the one typical example of service order. Whatever you have created a field activity, that field activity will have the steps. So they're trying to say you want to start the meter. So it will be turn on the meter, and then step one completed, turn on the meter, then step two, turn on the meter. So they are trying to tell you this is the event, this is the panel, this is the objects. Okay, so that means 1st of December, customer calls to request the service on 15th of December. So you are requesting for one service. Okay, you are requesting of service. For that service, one field work and field activity is created, and then dispatch group is created in the third. So that field activity go and do the work and complete the field activity. So this is the one example of how to turn on the meter. This is the example. Customer call you for turn on the meter. You created the field activity, and then you completed the field activity. So this is the one process. Then they are saying field work is done, and then operator complete the field activity. So that is the part where you are initiating the request, and the second part you are completing the field activity. You are completing the field activity. So this is one kind of typical example. You can go through, you can understand. If we find anything, we can discuss again, not an issue. So whenever you create the field activity, it will link to the field order, and field order will link to the dispatch group, and dispatch group and means a crew. Dispatch group means some kind of staff or crew. They will go and do the work and complete that field activity. Okay, so how does field order get completed? Whenever you complete the field activity, you will update in the system, and then field order will be completed that way. So this is one typical example of they want to service agreement, field activity, service agreement, field activity, and service agreement activation. So so this is the example where you want to activate the service field, activate the service agreement. So when you know whenever you create the request, it create in the pending status. Okay, so service agreement will be in the pending status, and one field activity will be there in the pending status. So whenever you start any service, it create the two things. One create the field activity, and one create the service agreement. So field activity will be also in the pending, and service or agreement will be also in the pending status. So whenever you complete the field activity, then you need to complete the service agreement. Means you need to activate the service agreement. You will change from like 10 to 20. Okay, from pending start is the 30, pending start is the 30, and you will change to the 20 means active status. So this is the example on how you will follow the steps. Okay, how you will follow the steps for starting any service agreement. Dispatch group, you can go through, not an issue. And that you can, that field activity will have the status on either pending, either on either it will be from pending, it will be go on either completion, or either cancellation, or either hold. Okay, held or hold. Okay, held is the CC&B term, and hold means you want to hold for some reason because customer is not there. So field activity having the status pending. From pending, either you can cancel, either you can complete, either you can hold. Okay, either you can hold. Okay, so these are the status of that one. Okay, then we have this is the for the reporting purpose, because that field order is one kind of report. You can prepare the BI report, or you can create the batch. That batch will create the XML file, or dat file, or Excel file. Okay, so this is the file format how our will be stored, so that other party can read the content. We have to also develop the software, so whatever you are giving the format, they will be read. So you have to follow some standard and a practice. You need to follow the standard practice. My first line will have this information, my second line will have this information, third line will have this information. In the third line you have the multiple tag, so that multiple tag will have this information. So whatever information you want to store, that information you need to prepare that and kind of on a short key there. Okay, so these are the group will be have the CIFO. So from where it is taken the value, you need to write that XML format. This is the development, or those who are the SOA developer, okay, or XML developer, what is called. So they know how to prepare the file. Then whenever batch run, it will extract the file in that same format only, so that other party can read that format, because you cannot send the junk file. Okay, if you give the junk file, so where to start, what is the first batch detail, what is the second customer detail, what is the third customer detail. So you have to follow some standard tagging. Okay, this tag open body, okay, you have to header, then body, then header, body close, then header close, then another body open, another body, then close, then body open, body close. Inside the body you have that, and multiple records are there. Okay, so that kind of help you to prepare the report. This you will learn in the meter read also, and you will learn in the field order also, you will learn in the payment also. Okay, and you will learn in the bill print also. Okay, bill print also. So where you are doing some printing work, you have to follow the standard format. Okay, standard format, go through. If you find anything, I can explain in our next class. Otherwise it is in a totally not as a functional area or techno functional area. This is totally development area, but you should know the understand concept, because you will do the testing. Suppose they share you the XML file, so you have to do the testing whether the content is coming correct or not. How you will do the testing? You will follow this format, and you will open that file, and you will do the validation. Okay, first three line, it should be the dispatch group. So 1 2 3 4, in that file content is there or not. So one by one you have to for the few sample example, you have to be do the validation, and then you will give that file to the third party, then they will use for the printing. So your role is to validate the file. Your role is to test the file whether the content is going correct way. There is no mismatch of format. There is no junk data. Okay, so that kind of testing you have to do in the reading also. You have to do in the bill order also. You have to do in the payment also. You have to do in the bill print also. So before sending the bill print file, you have to open the file, and you have to see the proper opening and closing and proper full value is there or not. You will not send the parcel data. You will not send the correct data to the vendor for printing purpose. So you have to follow this pay date. So this will be their store and CI payment event, and it is taking from that. So this kind of information will be stored. Life cycle of field order we have already discussed. The life cycle means either it will be dispatched, either it will be cancelled, either it will be work done, and that will be later completed and pended by the user, means hold. Okay, so similar to field activity, field order having also life cycle. Okay, but the naming is different, but the phase will be the same only. Then field activity. So field activity actually they have not on a life cycle of field activity. It is not on a completed one, because it's missing. Pending is correct, complete is correct, cancel is correct. One more is there, held. And field activity can be also held. Okay, field activity can be also held. Okay, so there is a field activity, if you that can be also held. Okay, field activity main tab, what is the information stored there. Then you have the field activity steps. So field activity main you what is dispatch group, what is the schedule date, find on the main page. Okay, then you go to the page. Here you will find required. Field activity can be one step also. Field activity can be two step also. Okay, so whenever doing change of meter, so you have to provide the old meter record and the meter record. When you install the meter, you will find only one record. Okay, you find only one record. Okay, the meter test you will find the one record. The meter reading you will find the one record. Steps means what is the action you by taken by the user. Okay, taken by the user, and what you will input the value based upon that. Next, the case will process. So whenever you do the automation, so whenever read value will be populated, field activity can be completed, and case can move to the another steps. Okay, for the billing purpose. Okay, that can be the one thing. So whenever you go to the field, you bring reading and you will put that value here, and you will complete the field activity. So you are capturing some of the information from the users. Okay, from the users. You can store some characteristic value. It main state and the characteristics go to the and you find some thing that broken. You bring the read, you will pass the remark also. Okay, meter was broken. So that characteristic value can be stored here, and that characteristic can be used to for further analysis, for further action also. Okay, for the further action also. Then we have the field activity portal. This tab you will follow, you will find in the first page, page, 5 page, every will find user customer code and port any manual whatever you scan picture, you can upload pictures. So that is used for the portal purpose. Upload documents on each page also. You can make some combo page also. Okay. And log page. So the log was what X was. Okay, so any in a field premise will have activity. Premise will link to the service point, and service point will have field activity. The another service point, it will create another field activity. Okay, so premise will have service point 1, field activity 1, service point 2, field activity 2. This will be totally combined with the field order. So you will create the field order which will have the premise information, service point 1, field activity detail, service point 2, field activity detail. Then you can give it to the meter reader or a maintenance guy, and he can go and do the work. Okay.
If you like our videos, then subscribe to our channel and be a part of the journey with GoLogica and stay connected with the latest videos.